and welcome back to Future Forward by CallMiner, the series where we dig into enterprise conversation intelligence, CX automation, and AI-powered customer engagement with people who actually live this stuff. So today, I'm joined by Phil Anderson, the CEO of The Forum, who works closely with organizations on customer strategy, planning, operational systems, and AI adoption across multiple industries. So Phil, welcome. I want to open with something that you actually said recently because it stopped me immediately in my tracks. You said AI doesn't transform organizations, decision-making does. So what do you mean by that?
Thanks, Alex. So what we kept seeing was organisations starting with technology conversations, but very quickly ending up talking about leadership, judgment, planning, and just general awareness, because AI is rarely the thing that's actually changing. More often, it's revealing how decisions are being made and where the system isn't working as well as we thought.
That's interesting because I think most AI conversations are still framed around efficiency.
Exactly. And efficiency matters, but we still see an organisation approaching transformation as though there's a simple linear relationship between tech and outcomes. They say, we'll automate this process, we'll reduce handling time, we'll remove costs. But organisations don't behave like spreadsheets. They behave like systems. Every change creates second and third order consequences somewhere else.
So can you give me an example of that in practice?
Yeah, I think one example is AI-generated call summaries. So on paper, brilliant. Advisors spend less time on after-call work, on average handle time drops, productivity improves. But shorter interactions can increase occupancy. Advisors get fewer natural pauses during the day and cognitive load increases. If workforce planning and wellbeing practices don't evolve alongside the technology, what initially looked like an efficiency gain can quietly increase burnout risk.
So you optimize one metric and accidentally create pressure somewhere else.
That's it. And the opposite can happen too. A lot of organisations expect self-service and AI chatbots to remove simple contacts, leaving advisors handling only more emotionally complex conversations. Average handle time rises. Traditionally, that looks negative, but in some environments, occupancy improves because advisors have more recovery time between difficult interactions.
So then, which outcome is correct?
Well, both can be true depending on the wider system, on how the wider system behaves.
That feels like a much more mature way of looking at AI adoption.
It has to be, because right now organisations are deploying AI in incredibly complex operating environments. Hybrid working, digital channels, vulnerable customers, continuous change. And what we're seeing is organisations creating the most value are the ones building awareness across the system. Not just awareness of AI tools, but awareness of consequences, awareness of behaviours, awareness of how decisions connect together.
And one thing I noticed in your research was how many AI use cases weren't actually about automation at all.
Yeah, that was one of our biggest findings. So yes, organisations are piloting chatbots, AI agents, agent assist tools, but equally we saw huge interest in things like speech analytics, in root cause analysis, forecasting support, real-time insight generation, and executive commentary. We're also seeing it in quality intelligence. A lot of AI activity is about improving visibility and decision making.
So AI becomes less about replacing people and more about helping organisations to understand themselves better.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The strongest organisations are building feedback loops which help them to learn how the system is responding and adapt as they go. They test assumptions, they learn continuously, they adapt the operating model over time. That's very different from simply deploying technology and assuming the organisation will naturally stabilise around it.
That's so true. So, final question, Phil. What's the biggest mistake leaders make right now with AI strategy? It's a big one.
It is. So assuming technology alone creates the transformation, the organisations making the most progress are investing just as heavily in this awareness and judgment and understanding how decisions connect across the wider system. Technology evolves constantly, and that's not the hard part. The real challenge is developing better judgment and better organisational awareness, so decisions improve over time, because AI may change the work, but systems thinking changes the organisation.
Brilliant. Phil, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. No, thank you for having me.
And thanks to everyone for watching Future Forward by CallMiner. If your organisation is wrestling with AI strategy, operational complexity, or how just to make better decisions at scale, We'd love to hear your perspective in the comments, and we'll see you next time.